Hello everyone, welcome back to my video. Today we are going to discuss the Deloitte interview question for the role of automation tester. And for the Deloitte interview question, there are two rounds. First is a technical round, and the second is a techno managerial round, and the third was a HR round. So I have discussed the first round interview question. Now I will discuss the techno managerial interview question, and I have tried to explain its answer in very detail. So let's begin. The first question was, for this video the first question is SDLC life cycle. So let's begin. So guys, you all know what is meant by SDLC. SDLC means software development life cycle. So as in SDLC, there are the several phases like requirement, design, development, testing, deployment, and the maintenance. So SDLC is a step-by-step process which is used to develop software efficiently and with quality. It defines phases from requirement gathering to maintenance, and insurance software is delivered in a structured and the systematic way. So suppose you imagine one robot toy. Robot toy means you just start building it randomly, like ask what feature are needed, draw the robot design, collect part, build it, test if it work, give it your friend and fix it if the break. So this is SDLC, a proper plan for building the software, just like how we build anything step by step. So as a real time example means, let's say client want a mobile banking app. So for the mobile banking app, there may be the requirement like transfer money, view balance, pay bill, design like UI UX screen and the database schema, development like backend and front end coding. For the testing means test case for login, transaction, etc. Deployment like release to Play Store and the App Store. Maintenance means fix post release bugs. So these are the SDLC phases like requirement, design, development, testing, deployment and maintenance. So we will see one by one. Requirement gathering. Requirement gathering means it collect the user need. This what does the user want. And the second is analysis. Analysis, in the analysis phase there is a feasibility check, requirement study. Design means what design we are going to use in the software. Development like in the development we do the actual coding. And testing means QA team just test the product like manual and the automations. Deployment means we move the software to the live environment, and maintenance means we fix the bug and upgrade after the release. Now the question is how this question is explained in the interview. So guys, I have tried to provide its interview answer by two ways. One is with a star method, another is without star method. So if the interviewer asks explain this with your project side, that time you have to explain with the star method. And if the interviewer asks in the normally way, so you can try this answer also without star method. So we will see like without star methods answer like SDLC stand for software development lifecycle. It is process used by development and the testing team to build high quality software in a systematic way. It also includes phases like requirement gathering, design, deployment, testing, deployment, and the maintenance. And each phase has a specific deliverable and help reduce and the improve efficiency. And if the interviewer asks, explain this question by your project side, so you have to explain like that. In one of my project, the product lacked a structured approach, causing rework and a delay. So I had to task help to team follow a better development process. As an action, we implemented a proper SDLC model, like started with clear requirement, followed by design review, coding, testing, and a deployment. As a result, we get the cycle become more predictable, defect count drop, and we delivered the product on time. Also, if you have any experience like 1 year, 4 year, 3 years, so you can also explain like this. With my experience, I have worked across multiple SDLC model like Agile, Waterfall, and V model. I ensure active participation from required analysis to test planning, defect reporting, and product verification. In Agile SDLC, I align the test case writing, automation, review cycle with each sprint. I also ensure traceability from requirement to test cases using tool like Jira or the test rate. So guys, you have to explain this question in this way. You can explain with a star method, without star method, or if you have any several year of experience, so you can go point numbers, you can go with the point number 7 also. Some follow-up question for that, like what are the SDLC models, which SDLC model do you follow, what is your role in the SDLC as a tester, what is different between SDLC and SDLC, and how do you gather the requirement in agile. So in this way I have tried to provide its answer in very detail. Also I have give its best answer with a star method, without star method. Also I have covered here some follow-up question regarding this question. So guys, I have created the 5000 plus interview question answer package, which contain 1000 plus Selenium question, 500 plus manual testing question, 1000 plus Java interview question. Package also contain REST assured API testing interview question, project related interview question. I have also include a manual testing project with a complete documentation, BDD Cucumber project with a complete documentation, and project related question, how to explain the framework, and framework related question also I have included, and the all questions have explained with a star method, without star method, and I have also include its follow-up question. And if you want these notes, I am giving its link in the comment box and the description box, so please go through this link and share your feedback in the comment box, or I am providing my email in the description box. So guys, if you buy this complete package, you get a lifetime access for these notes. Whatever content I will update, you will get the free access for this. You can also buy this separate question also. I have provide all the links of these notes in the comment box, so you can go through this link and take a note and share your feedback. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is, how will you prioritize the method in the TestNG, and if two methods have the same priority, which one will be the execute first? Let's see its answer. In TestNG, we can control the execution order of the test method using the priority attribute in the @test annotation. So @test means it is an annotation, and in the priority attribute, lower priority value are executed first. So if two methods have the same priority, TestNG will run them based on their method names like alphabetical order. Suppose there is a first login priority 1, then priority 2, and add to cart, then priority 3. So two tests for the same feature, if same priority, then that time alphabetical name order will decide. In this example, we take a 3 method like priority 3 method login test, search test, add to cart test, and the launch browser test, and we give them the priority base like priority equal to 1, 2, 2, and 0. So in this example, launch browser test will has a priority 0, and the login test with priority as 1. But add to cart test and this search test has the same level of the priority 2, so it will run on the basis of the alphabetically order. So that time first will run add to cart, and then it will run the search test. So in the interview with the answer, you have to explain like that. So in TestNG, I assign the test execution order using priority attribute. Lower the priority, earlier the method execute. If two methods have the same priority, that time TestNG run it will based on the alphabetical order. If I need even finer control, then that time I can also use the depends on the method or the custom like ITest method interceptor. So how to explain this question with the star method? So in one of my project, we had login, profile, and logout test method, but the execution in random order. So I needed to ensure logging always happen first, then profile, and then logout. That time I used the TestNG priority for login equal to 1, profile equal to 2, and logout equal to 3. For same priority cases, I rename method name beneficial to control the OR. As a result, tests should run in a correct order without failure and the test maintenance become easier. Now the next question is how to answer of this question as a experience. So with my experience, I don't rely on the priority for ordering. I use it for small module or demo. For real time, I use depends on method for strong logical dependency and maintain clean naming convention to avoid confusion when priorities clash. I also implemented listener for the dynamic test ordering in the advanced framework. Now we will see some follow-up questions regarding the priority. So what is the default priority in the TestNG? Yes, the priority equal to 0 by default if not mentioned. Is priority mandatory is TestNG? No, it's optional. Can you see both priority and depends on method? Yes, we can use priority and the depends on method, but depends on method take higher precedence for the dependency. What if two method have the same name and the priority? That time it will allow the alphabetical order. No. If the same name and the same priority, so it will not allow method name must be unique. Can we use negative priority? So yes, we can use negative priority. -1 has run before the 0. Means if there is a two test 0, priority equal to 0 and priority equal to 1, that priority equal to -1 and the priority equal to 0, so that time -1 run before 0. Quick revision summary regarding priority, like TestNG use priority attribute to control method execution. Lower priority value execute earlier. Same priority, that time alphabetically order of method name will use, and use depends on method for dependency. And in the priority and depends on method, so depends on method has a high precedence. So guys, hope you understand. I have explained this question in very detail. I also covered, so there's follow-up question regarding the priority, and also I give the quick revision summary. Now moving to the next question, and the next question is different types of exception you face in your project. So guys, this question is related to the Java, and we will see its answer. Different type of exceptions you have faced in your project. So first we will see what is exception. Exception means it is an event that disrupts the normal flow of executions of the program. In real project, we commonly use the Selenium exception. We commonly face like Selenium exception, runtime exception, and framework level exception. The real-time exceptions like no such element exception, timeout exception, stale element reference exception, null pointer exception, element not interceptable exception, arithmetic exception, array index of bound exception, and file not found exception. So these are the exceptions that we face during the working on the real project. Now the question is how to answer this question in a normal ways. In normal ways, I have to explain, like I have encountered several type of exception during automation, both Selenium specific and Java based. Common ones include like no such element exception, timeout exception, stale element reference exception, and null pointer exception. I handle them using proper way, try catch block, and framework utilities to improve the stability. For example, I use explicit wait to avoid element not found error and retry logic for flaky elements. If the interviewers ask explain it with real time with your project experience, so we have to explain like in a dashboard application, test case frequently fail during element interaction. As a task, I identify and fix flakiness in the automation script. I analyze logs and the found stale element reference exception. After page reload, I added relocator method with retry and the wait logic to handle the DOM changes. As a result, it reduces flakiness by 85% and made the test more stable in the CI run. CI means continuous integration. Now the next question is how to answer this question as an experience. So I have built exception handling logic into framework itself. I use reusable method with proper wait strategy like dynamic element locator to avoid stale and timing issue. I also configure centralized logging with screenshot on failure using try catch block, listener, and categorize failure. So in this way you have to explain this question in the interview. I have tried to explain in different way. And now we will see some follow-up questions regarding exception. So first question is, how do you avoid no such element exception? And for that we use explicit wait. How to handle stale element exception? For that we will refine the element after page refresh or use retry mechanism. What is different between error and exception? Error is a more serious and exception is recoverable. Means we cannot recoverable error, but we can recoverable exception. How to handle null pointer exception? For that we have to check for null before calling the method. Have you created custom exception handler? Yes, we can create the custom exception in the base class and listener for centralized exception handling. Hope you guys you understand this question in very well. Now see the next question, how to handle the exception. So the question is how to handle the exception. First we will, in the previous question we see the exception. We again explain the exception definitions, like exception is a interrupt, that exception is a event that interrupt the normal flow of the program execution. Exception handling means managing unexpected error at a runtime so your program doesn't crash. In Java we use try catch finally throws word to handle the exception, and in Selenium we handle the exception, ensure that tests fail gracefully and logs are captured properly. Suppose you are cooking and you drop a ball. Means if you just walk away, kitchen mess. If you catch it mid air or clean it, problem solved. So that is in the in code, an exception is like dropping the ball. Handling it means catching it with try catch element so your test doesn't stop midway. So guys, I have explained this example. I have given this example in a simple way because you understand the what is exceptions. Now the question is how to explain this question in the interview. So I handle the exception using try catch block in Java and Selenium to avoid the test failure. For example, if the element is not found or stale, I catch the specific exception, log it and continue or relay if needed. I also use finally block for cleanup, like closing browser, taking screenshot. In TestNG, I use listener to capture the exception globally and generate the report. If the interviewer asks explain this question in a means your project wise you explain this question. So I handle exception using try catch block in Java and Selenium. Okay, wait, we have to explain like star method. So as a situation in our regression suite, tests were frequently crashing due to unexpected pop-up and missing element. I needed to stabilize the suite and make it robust for the CI pipeline. I added to try catch block, implemented reusable method for element interaction with exception handling, and integrated screenshot capture on the failure. As a result, flockiness was reduced by the 90% and CI becomes stable with a clear error. Now if you have a number of year experience, so you can explain like this. I use exception handling both at a script level by using try catch block and at the framework level using TestNG listener login framework. Screenshot on failure like that. I categorize exceptions like UI backend or data related, retry failed interaction and ensured finally block handle cleanup. I also created custom reformation to log, wait and retry fail up state up in the structure way. So if you have any number of year experience, you can explain also like this. Now we will see some follow-up question regarding exception handling. So can you catch the multiple exception in one block? Yes, we can catch multiple catch block or multiple catch syntax. What is different between throw and throws? Throws is used for throwing exception. Throws means we declare the exception in the method. How do we handle exception in page object model? We use utility function with a try catch block and common logging method. How do you take the screenshot on failure? We use iTestListener for that, and in iTestListener there is a method like iTestListener on test failure method in the TestNG, and we use this method. Why finally block is used? So finally block is used for cleaning processes like closing browser, closing internet net connection like, and it will run even exception occur also. So guys, I have tried to explain these all question answers in very detail. And in notes I also try to provide its answer in very detail. I explain this question, star method, without star method, as I experience how to explain this question. I also explain it's a follow-up question, and if you want these notes, I am giving its link in the comment box and the description box. Please go through this link, share your feedback, and if you have any queries regarding interview, so you can comment in the comment box. So note structure is 5,000 plus interview question, and you can buy, if you can buy the complete package, you will get the lifetime access for these notes, and whatever content I will add to this package, you will get a lifetime access for it. And you can also buy the separate packages also for the Selenium, manual testing, Java also, and I am giving all notes link in the comment box and the description box. Please go through this link and share your feedback. Thank you guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have any question regarding Selenium, manual testing, Java, so you can comment in the comment box. I have tried to cover it in the next video section. Thank you for watching.